Hey, good morning, folks. It's good to see you today. It's a brisk minus 34 at my house this morning. And one of the challenges we face as people who want to take kids outdoors, sometimes the weather isn't the greatest. But properly dressed, even minus 30 is safe to be out in for short periods of time, especially if it's like today and the wind isn't blowing too strong. So we can plan for short outings, just a few minutes, 10 or 15 minutes without the wind. If we're active, we can do a lot of good things. But sometimes we can make a project that uses the outdoors and we can prepare for it inside. And then we use the outdoors for something fun. I want to take you along on this one. We're going to be making ice lanterns. And it's something you can easily do with your kids using water, the great outdoors, and some recycling materials. So let me show you some of my favorite containers. So here in the snow, I've got 4 containers. I like to use larger ones. So I've got dishwashing detergent. This is a honey bucket. My very favorite one is right here, and that's a rectangular yogurt container and also a feta container. They all work. So let's go back inside, we'll fill them with water, and we'll walk you through the process of making ice lanterns. When we're finished, we're going to have a great little project to do with kids. Maybe it's too cold to be outside, but let's celebrate the fact that winter gives us opportunities to do something we couldn't do in the summertime. Let's make something beautiful, get the kids involved, use the outdoors as a giant refrigerator, and let's just have some fun making a craft project. So another fun additive you can do here is to take Kool-Aid packets, and this is a Kool-Aid packet without sugar, it's just the food coloring. And my assistant here is going to tear it open, and he's going to pour it into the container, and this is super fun to watch. And he's going to take the fork that's there on the cutting board and he's going to stir in the food coloring. If you have regular food coloring that comes in little squeeze bottles, you can feel free to use that. You can use Kool-Aid. Just don't use something with too much of the powder that has a lot of sugar in it, because it can change the freezing point, make things a little awkward. So today we're going to have an orange, a clear, a red, and another clear one. All right, let's head outside. So here we are out on the porch. And now we actually get a good lesson on how ice forms. We have to take this whole bucket of water and we have to cool it. But where it cools from is going to be the outside and the top, and a little bit less from the bottom. So what'll happen is we'll first build a sheen of ice across the surface, and then the ice will build in from the walls. And the key is we have to stop the freezing process before we get an entire block of ice, because we want to be able to create a hollow in the middle of each one of our lanterns. So at minus 30, like today, I might be able to get by with perhaps just a couple of hours freezing. It's a bit of an experiment. So when you're working with your kids, watch the temperature and then come out and check on your lanterns every few hours. So a great project to start first thing in the morning so you have a chance to observe. We'll see you in a couple hours when the lanterns are ready. All right, so you know when your lantern is ready, when the top has a good solid layer of ice, but the bottom, so see if we can hear this, when the bottom you can actually stick your finger through it and you can hear the crunch of breaking ice. So you may have to run a little bit of water over it to loosen it up. And it should come right out of your mold. And it should be nice thick walls. And that last little bit there can easily break out. And you're left with a perfect lantern. And you can put a little candle, a tea light inside, and it'll glow nicely through the ice.